The following program is an OCAmedia community-produced episode of Oregon Life, and we would like to thank our sponsor, the Oregon Brooklyn Optimist Club. We are proud to have you as a sponsor.
Hi, Ty. Good morning.
Here we go. 90 seconds. Keep those hips up. Drive those arms. Come on, Aaron.
Not to worry about.
Yeah, that's how tired you're supposed to be now. Really nice. Up a little bit, Ava. Ava, wink. Drive those knees up. Ava, wink. Come on. Good, good. Looking, hey, getting better. It takes practice, so just kind of keep working on it to get better, okay? It's gonna go fast.
When I was director of the School of Education at UW-Platteville, director of clinical experiences, I would run into students from Oregon High School. And my first question to them would be, do you know Coach Debroux? Oh, yes, he was a great teacher. To the person, every time you could see the excitement that they had. They were very fortunate to have had Coach Debroux as either a coach or as a math teacher. One of the things that concerned me with Mr. Debroux when he was a teacher was, as the director of clinical experiences at UW-Platteville, I reached out to him, spent time with him talking about being a mentor to a student teacher. And he said he would love to do that, but that he did not want to give up his classes. He said, I have a commitment to my students, and I'm concerned that with a young, inexperienced person taking over my class, that my students might fall behind. And that's the greatest asset about Doug. He was totally committed to whatever he did. Whether he was an athlete, whether he was a coach, whether he was a teacher. And I respect him very much for that and hope that he will continue to stay connected and mentor young people because he has so much to offer.
All right, so my name is Brady Geyer. I'm the son of Lindsay Geyer, and I've known Coach Debroux for a while just through my mom, who was a cross country athlete coached by Coach Debroux. And I am a student, an 11th grader at Verona Area High School. I'm tutored by Coach Debroux. And he's a great teacher. He's really passionate about calc, which I feel like is what makes him such a great teacher. He really takes the time to make sure I understand the material. After every question, he asks me, do you get it? So it's to make sure I grasp the material. There was this one time where there was this problem that stumped him, and he couldn't figure it out, and it was really bugging him. So he was working on it even after I left. And the next day, he sent me a text with the answer, saying that he figured it out, and he was all excited. So he's really passionate about what he does, and that makes him a great teacher. And he has really helped me grasp the material.
Hi, I'm Ava Wink. I'm a sophomore here at OHS, and I'm very happy to call Debroux one of my coaches in the past 2 years of my high school track experience. He's helped me grow so much just as an athlete and as a student. He's helped me so much grow throughout these past 2 years. He cares for all of his athletes. Track is a very hard sport mentally and physically, and he just, as a coach, he's always there for you no matter what. One of my favorite memories from last year being a freshman was at sectionals when me and our 4x8 team, we made it to state, and after he got us chocolate milk, and it was just one of my favorite memories because he cares for you so much, and any of his athletes been a huge person in my life over the past 2 years.
You've done this before. Come on, Ava Wink. That a girl.
I think some of my favorite memories with Coach Debroux wasn't even at like the state meet. Like I have some state meet, experiences with Doug that were amazing. Just nobody's got a better smile than Doug either. But some of the most poignant times that stick out to me are times at practice where we got to make a tough decision, or a really beautiful scene. I just remember Chris Cutter and Hudson Kugel going around the first turn and then coming into the straightaway, and they just matched each other perfectly, stride for stride, and the sunlight was just perfect, and it was just the most perfect day. And both Doug and I got to just share that for a second, like, look at those horses, it's just a beautiful thing. Like, how lucky are we that we get to see this and work with guys like that. Those are the things, like, that's never gonna go away. And those are some of the sweetest times for me. And you always look forward to that. And those times are now. Those times are now too. Watching the Lauren Bouchains, the Dasha Vorontsovs, just do what they do. And if you look at the track and field, if you're just speaking from track and field, the record board, how many times was Coach Debroux coaching somebody to break the school record against somebody who he had coached that had the school record, and he can tell you right away, like, this is what she did, and this is how we're gonna break it, or this is what he did and this is how we're gonna break it. Or I was there, I remember what that race was like. And the only real great response is just the way he carries himself, the way he does practice and does everything that he does.
So prior to high school, I was in the summer school cross-country running class, and that's when I first met Coach Debroux. He had a huge smile on his face every day, and I still remember this. He complimented my first pair of running shoes that I ever had, and they were hot pink, and he just said, "I love your running shoes," and just made me smile, and that's the first memory I have of him. And coming into high school after that, I wasn't super serious about running. I knew that I wanted to stay in shape and try out a high school sport, but I was kind of like, I'll try this running thing. I wasn't super serious about it. But I learned quickly that I did have potential, and Coach Debroux really, I wouldn't have gotten to the point I was at without him. He really made me realize my true potential and challenged me every single day to reach that potential. And I think everyone should have a coach like that or a teacher like that in their lives. I wouldn't have gone to state my senior year without his impact on me and him pushing me every single day. When people ask me who my biggest role model is, throughout my whole life, I think of Coach Debroux. He's that guy who's there every single day with a smile on his face, no matter what kind of day he's having, he shows up every single day for his athletes and for his students. And as a teacher now at Brooklyn Elementary School, I look up to him more than I ever have, I think, because he's made such a positive impact on me as a person, showing up every single day for me, and that's the kind of impact that I want to have on my students and my future athletes. So really, he's made such a ripple effect throughout this community. If there's one thing that I could pinpoint that Coach Debroux taught me, it's to go the extra mile and to put your whole heart into everything you do. And as I walk into the classroom every day to teach, I still think of the lessons that he taught me and the things I did at practice and the attitudes that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life. It all comes back to Coach Debroux. He's that guy you never forget. Like, he's my biggest role model, and yeah, I wouldn't be where I am today without him.
Doug's brand of education, and just the way he decided to live his life, like that's what I wanted to do. That's what my dad did, you know, and that brand of education isn't that. It's a rare thing, and it's a rare thing anymore. And it basically goes like, you know, you work your butt off in college, you get the best job that you can, you go there, you inject yourself into the community, you inject yourself into the community, you pour your heart and soul into it, good, bad, or otherwise, and you teach there for, 40 years, and you die and they bury you outside of town. You know, like that's it. Like, there's few occupations where you get to directly shape the community that you're living in more than you would as a public educator. And you can't do that. You can't do that if you jump ship every 5 years, or even every 10 years, really. And Oregon is the way that it is because Doug is who he is and what he did, you know. And it's a beautiful thing.